Hello, hello, and hello. I am Seth 40, and I would like to welcome you to another episode of Level 40 Unlocked Anime Reactions. Today, I am reacting to Season 1, Episode 3 of Dragon's Dogma. On the last episode, if I can remember correctly, it was titled Gluttony. I believe that these episodes have a Seven Deadly Sins theme going on here, or from the movie Seven, or from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, or Full Metal Alchemist. Did they have all seven? Yeah, I believe they had all seven sins in that as well. So there, this one is entitled Envy, but the last one was Gluttony, and I believe in the last one, our hero, Ethan, I believe his name is, him and his pawn, who I think is the more awesome character in the show, went up against a Cyclops creature that was being controlled by this very exaggerated acting character, mayor dude who got torn apart by his people. I mean, they ripped him to shreds, and then after, of course, the hero beat him. The hero beat the Cyclops and then let the people loose against the mayor because the mayor was hoarding all the food that he was saying that he was receiving from the townsfolk, while the townsfolk were starving and sacrificing their children to the Cyclops, which made no sense to me. But all of a sudden, when the Cyclops goes away, this group grows some balls, and then they attack the castle and get real gluttonous with everything, and just start losing their minds and rioting and pretty much just acting the damn fool. And that is where the episode left off with a cliffhanger with the young lady being surrounded by some armored troops, I believe, some knights on her way down a path, and there were some spooky looking eyes that were following her, I believe. So I think that is where we left off at. It was a mysterious character with armed guards escorting them, being watched or followed by some very nefarious looking eyes. So let's go ahead and jump right into this new episode of, well, not new, but next episode, episode 3, right now. Oh, once again, this is not a market substitute. Please use your Netflix subscription and watch this on your own, and then come back here and watch it with me. But I'm not going to show you the whole episode. I'm trying to avoid the copyrights here. All right. Here we go. The Netflix original series. This is entitled Envy. Alright.
They didn't have views like this back home.
Oh, because I was going to say, you never seen trees and mountains before?
I lived in Casadus my whole life. I tried to leave once, but...
What?
That's a story for another time.
Okay. They hit us with the Conan the Barbarian, but that's a story for another time. Once again, Envy with the footsteps and the puddle and the reflection. Okay. More trees.
Arisen, we cannot heed every cry for help.
And it wasn't even
Should
a
we
cry
not
for help.
try?
It was a scream. What if that's her orgasm? I would say that right while she's riding her horse like that. Oh, they coming for her. They on some old touchy-feely grabby ish. Like, bruh, no means no. Help her! What the fuck?
Do something, Theo!
Yeah, do something, Theo.
Get on a map! After her! There's so many of them!
This is literally Goblin Slayer right now. You have to... Wait a minute! They run. It's a gang of them. It was a total of 6, and 2 of them. One of them was a woman who was being raped, and the other one was a punk and 4 fighters, and they ran.
Thank the gods.
Cover yourself up, lady. You just been assaulted.
I...
Wow, they gave her the doughy eyes and everything.
I don't know how I can ever repay you. Well, go get it then. Hurry up. I can't be on my feet much longer. That was a very traumatic experience.
It's
Watch yourself.
really hard to like her.
Weaves a complicated web.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Mind your tongue, Simon.
Its lies in ruin now because of that bloody dragon.
100 years and they never learned how to
Sam and
fight a
I
dragon.
managed to flee with these two. We're escorting them to the capital.
I see.
You take news of the dragon pretty well, my friend.
This one's got some brass balls on him.
Same thing happened to my
They are the
village.
only ones who are clean in this
Casares.
entire show so far.
Casares is gone too. I'm
I
sorry.
had to point it out. Sorry, just had
Perhaps the gods
to.
intended
See, that's why I
for us
had to
meet.
point it out. Y'all see what I see,
Ethan.
right?
Will you travel with us?
Brilliant idea. We could use a sword like yours. There seems to be danger around every turn.
These two seem to know their way around. It's the most efficient course of action.
How come her golden locks isn't as neat and kept as the night
That is
dude's golden
Get
hair?
it settled.
Look at his bangs.
Glad to have you both on board.
And the dude next to him got
You've
a
been
clean
through a lot.
lineup. You see how clean
us
the
keep
back of
watch
his neck
now.
is?
A generous offer, and one that we will gladly take.
Finally.
Yeah, she's
some
scheming.
sleep.
She want a piece of risen meat. Look more. Yep, here she is. She about to make her thought move with the
Poor,
liquor,
Poor man.
the liquor and the glasses.
Out here in the cold by yourself. Care to warm up a bit? The carefree one sleeping over there is my husband.
I guess
Even
they
in
didn't have
times like
divorces
this,
back then.
he's sleeping like a baby.
We must be tired.
His family was one of the richest in all of Ernst. Investments all over the city.
I called it. I didn't want to judge
He's
her.
not a bad-looking fellow. A bit bland for my taste, but he's not bad. He was the ideal man to marry. He's an only child. His mother died when he was young, and his father wasn't going to last much longer.
What's the cameraman doing right
Why are you
now?
telling me this?
Besides, I can tell that you have a heart.
You know,
Elizabeth?
damn. That's a effed up. Oh, damn.
Our luck.
She even trying to act embarrassed or nothing.
I know you're disappointed with me. I will become the man you deserve.
The man I deserve has a backbone.
You explore her peaks and valleys.
Excuse me?
Don't play coy.
He did.
Arisen!
Looks like it's still hungry.
CGI again. It just
yes.
looks so different from what else they got going on here.
Look out!
It's too
What just
dangerous
happened
here.
there?
Let's go!
But
Don't run and make yourself a target. You were cool hiding in the bushes.
It's gonna be tough.
Not the goblins again.
Now we gone and woken the whole damn horde. Oh, why are they so persistent? They must like nibbling on young women. Then you'll make a fine appetizer.
Oh, good comeback. Bruh, do you still not have your sword with you? And is the griffin working with the goblins? Wouldn't the griffin want to eat the goblins just as much as it want to eat the humans?
Draw your sword, Theo. Protect your wife.
Seriously, bruh, this is chance number 2. You like her, might as well do something to protect her. You've seen her character. There you go, see? You didn't even have to have your eyes open for that. Now it's like 50 more of them that you got to do that too, but see? It's that easy. Yeah.
I killed it.
Yes, now kill more!
Hey, you know, it's almost hard to blame her. Neither one of these characters are worthy of sympathy.
Yes.
That was cool. That was real smooth. That should have crushed him with the
Don't let
speed and
himself
force
get
that he was coming down with.
Hannah, no!
Y'all didn't even discuss the plan ahead of time, though. I guess Hannah now means shoot a flaming arrow at it. And here comes the flaming arrow. So, the attack.
Nice shot!
Her powers. What? What's it?
I think it's gone. What did I tell you? Balls of brass.
What about the goblins?
It dove down to the ground and then just dropped him off nice and smoothly and calmly after being stabbed in the back.
Yes! Oh, he's got some stones now.
This guy has a fascination with men's testicles.
You had it in you the whole time.
I guess men's and testicles are kind of redundant, huh? You don't
My
need to
love.
put men's in front of that. Oh, wow.
Thank you for bringing the best out of me.
Oh, wait a minute, what? That I wasn't
What the
expecting.
blazes? Why did you do that?
That's fucked up. I know I've said that
She'll
twice
never
in
leave me now.
this episode.
She'll be mine, and mine alone.
You're such a fool.
Yeah. Now you got... This was a waste of an episode. I'm sorry. This was just a waste of an episode.
To do this. I was always yours.
No, she always was belong to the streets. Go ahead, kill yourself.
Mad! You finally prove you can protect her, and then you murder her! You idiot! That's all she ever wanted from you!
And no one else saw this coming? Oh, wow. That's one place to stab yourself.
Mother of gods.
This was a waste of an episode. I'm not watching any more of this show if this is what they're going to be giving me. This didn't further the plot at all.
Are you sure about this?
I am. Thank you for your help.
May the gods be with you. If anyone can kill that dragon, it's you.
Unless he's going to meet up with these two later on down the road, I do not understand that whole... What was this? Just a window into the adventures of the Arisen? Y'all gotta give me something. He didn't level up. He didn't beat a monster. The monster survived. Only thing that happened was characters that we didn't know before. Oh, no. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. What was the purpose of that? Somebody explain to me what was the purpose of what we just watched. We watched our hero, Arisen, meet up with a crew of 4. And we saw them being attacked by goblins. So they introduced goblins into the show, but since we already had dragons, we can assume, and magic and cyclops, we can assume the mythical and monstrous creatures are around in this world. So, introducing goblins isn't a big surprise, anything. So they introduce goblins. They show nudity, which is, the animated breasts, which, like I say, they were extremely perky and very artificial. Like, they had almost no sag in a time where people are not wearing bras, where bras weren't even invented. And you saw the little cloth that she had. She was able to, that had no support. So she had some had some surgery, but they look good. But you introduced the damsel in distress, and you introduced the cowardly dude, and you introduced two armored knights that were sent by the Duke. I guess I'm calling them knights because they're in armor. I know, according to Game of Thrones, just because you have Game of Thrones, not Thrones, Game of Thrones, just because you're wearing armor doesn't mean you're a knight. But I'm just gonna call them knights. So you have 2 knights. I'm not even gonna remember their names: Blondie and Brunette. Brunette dude smashed Theo's wife. Like, And Dan was still traveling with him. So Theo was what they refer to as a cuckold. If you watch the Hamilton, you'll get that reference when Hamilton is being blackmailed. He's like, yeah, you chose the wrong dude to make a cuckold. So Theo was basically a cuckold. He was a wuss. He was a punk. He couldn't protect his wife the first time. Then the groups decide to team up, because it's safer in numbers. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to go this way to go get the dragon. Well, why don't you join us up until this point? Fine. Then, in the middle of the night, they get attacked by a griffin. I'm not sure why the griffin chose that particular group, but you know what? Okay, griffin decides to attack this group in the middle of the night, just like the dragon attacked the town that the Elizabeth, the Thought, and Theo. Those two I do remember. Like the dragon attacked their town, Arnis, but we don't know why, because the dragon attacked Ethan's town to make Ethan the Arisen. Like, he stole his heart and told him, hey, come after me. The next day he say, hey, I'm going to telepathically tell you, come after me, come see me, if you want your revenge, because I made you hate me by killing your pregnant wife and your adopted little brother, or little brother. He was more like a little brother, but he was supposed to be big brother to the baby when it was born. So, but whatever. So the dragon did all that to him for a reason. So I guess it just went to Ernest just to cause mayhem and destruction. So it only leaves those two, and neither one of those two are arisen or brave or going after the dragon. So the dragon killed the entire town, but left those two civilians and killed all of the Duke's men except for those two, the blondie and brunette dude who came through. So they meet up with there's no motivation for the dragon attacking their town. There's no motivation for the griffin attacking this group. There's no motivation for why the goblins are constantly pursuing this group, that they made a second attack after already being repelled once by the arisen dude out of nowhere. The griffin doesn't die, by the way. That was some BS. Like, they went through all that just to stab the griffin. The griffin grabs dude with enough force that should have killed him, but somehow it's all a ruse. Flies around with him in his head, and then reattacks the group again when he has a meal in his hand that he can be gnawing on or taking back to his nest or the children or whatever his purpose was for attacking. It's usually animals attack for food or fear, to protect themselves out of fear, or their youngest out of fear, or to eat. They don't just go randomly just effing with people. Those are human motivations. Humans just get bored and start effing with people. Griffin has a meal in his hand, decides to swoop back down to attack the group again. The pawn character, with no pre-planning, no heads up, unleashes a brand new magic arrow attack on the griffin. There's a splinter shot that with heat-seeking missile type technology hits the griffin. The dude, the arisen, escapes the talons somehow, because apparently he was just holding on. He wasn't caught, even though his entire body should have been liquefied from the force of that griffin grabbing him in the first place. Stabs the griffin in the back of the neck, back of the body, or whatever, because in midair he went from the griffin's talon to his back. Stabs it in the back, and the griffin, does this nosedive, this dead man's nosedive down to the ground, and just inches before it hits the ground, before they both go to their death, the griffin just pulls right on up and drops the arisen guy right on off. Rolls him off, and the sword that was supposed to have been stuck in his back is now in the Arisen's sheath again. So the griffin was introduced and then left. So no harm, no foul. The goblins were introduced. We get to see them attack. We don't get to see them really die, because we dealing with this griffin for no reason, because we don't see there's no resolution to the griffin being in there, but that's what they want to focus on. So we get the action of the griffin, which they didn't even show some of the hits that against the sword hits against the talons and the beak. It was just You saw these two guys prepare to rush the Griffin, and Griffin is attacking them, and then you just hear the sound effect, and that's it. And then the characters whose names I decided to remember, Elizabeth and Theo, go out like he just decides to kill Elizabeth. And then, while everybody's watching, no one realizes, hey, this guy is crazy. Let's grab him. Let's handcuff him. They just watch him just stab himself in the throat after realizing that once you stab people, especially a woman in the stomach, that she usually dies. After she says some corny ass lie, but I guess live a lie, die as a liar, because talking about you didn't have to do that, I was always yours. You literally slept with the brunette dude who was protecting you and tried to sleep with the redheaded arisen dude and was right there in front of your husband. Like, when your husband popped up, you didn't try and pretend like, oh, he was like the arisen was pushing up on you or nothing like that. He was like, yeah, I'm trying to give this man some good, and that's why my top is down and I'm still pressed up on him. And then she looked him in his eye and then went back in on the risen dude, a real close up, like whispering, "Oh, just your luck" or something like that. But all in all, none of this makes any difference in the story. None of this helped the risen dude power up. We didn't see him, gain any new skills or new armor, new levels, new nothing. We saw a new magic attack from the Pawn, but the Pawn has been pulling out brand new attacks from left here and there, left and right. So that was no development of her. It was no development of the characters, of any of the characters that stuck around. Like, we got all this story and facts about Elizabeth and Theo. Like, we get all this information about them, but they're both dead. So what's the point even bringing that up? This was a waste of an episode. I know it sounds like I'm ranting, but this episode was such a cluster of uselessness. It makes my examination and analysis of it seem so clustered effed. Because this was just a waste. I'm going to continue one more, because you're supposed to give anime 4 episodes. So I'm going to give it one more episode. But wow, the first episode and the third episode have not impressed me at all. The second, not even the second, moments of each episode has been decent. Like, we got to see some animated breasts, so that was decent. Like, and it was just a ripoff of Goblin Slayer, which is a far superior anime. It was just a ripoff of that first episode of Goblin Slayer. But yeah, once again, I want to thank you all for joining me. I wish the episode was better so we could have had a better time together. But yeah, thank you for joining me here on Level 40 Unlocked Anime Reactions for Season 1, Episode 3 of Dragon's Dogma. I'm going to give it one more episode to turn everything around. If I don't come out of the next episode clapping or smiling or laughing or be like, yeah, then we will be moving on to a different anime for Level 40 Unlocks Anime Reactions, because this one is just not living up to the wordiness of being watched. Sorry. Alright, but yes, with that being said, I want to wish you all a peace and a bye-bye.